Hey y'all, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn. And today we are going to go over Miss Chrisean Rock's, aka Chrisean Malone's civil case update. This is pretty much an update from the last video that I did on her regarding her civil case matters. So let's hop on into it. So the first one we are going to start with is with the James Wright case. I honestly don't remember where I left off at, but I do remember that there was a hearing on the 28th of June, and it said case management conference hearing. And everybody was in shambles talking about, she missed the court date, what's she gonna do because she's in jail. And explained the whole civil litigation process. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you go back and watch that video. So I am going to pretty much give you guys the details of what happened in that particular conference. Mind you, the case management conferences is just a meeting between the attorneys and the judge to give the judge rather a status on what's going on with the case, to set any dang deadlines, and that's pretty much it. It's not something where the plaintiff nor the defendant have to be present or appear. It's just a civil matter. So at this case management conference, this was set because of the failure to file proof of service. So on this case, I believe, and you know what, let me just pull this up. Let's see. Switch screens right quick because I am showing you guys one screen and I'm trying to pull up my. All right, I'm coming, y'all. Hold on. I'm almost there. Okay. So here is the PDF. So this is, let me see, let me make sure. Okay, nope. And is this okay? So this one is the James Wright and Chrisean Malone. So on this is the minutes from that meeting. So as you can see here, it says the matter is not called for a hearing. Like I said, it is just a meeting. They need to make sure. So if I go back to it, I don't want to switch out screens, but the hearing slash meeting was because they were questioning the service of the summons and the complaint to Chrisean Rock. So they had the meeting, and it is clarified that the proof of service was filed on 5/13/2024. Chrisean, I believe, was served in the James Wright civil case on either May 3rd or May 5th. Okay. Now everybody is questioning, well, they can't serve her at the they can serve you wherever you are. Okay? If you are there and a private investigator confirms that you are there on a regular basis or there every weekend, you can be served there. You can be served at your house. You can be served at a hotel. You can be served at an Airbnb. You can be served at your job. Wherever they can find you at, you can be served there. So that was the issue here. So they did confirm that she was served, and that and that a proof of service showing that she was served has been filed and was filed on May 13th, 2024. So that goes to the next hearing that they have set. If you see here, it says order to show cause, failure to file entry of default is set for September 10th, 2024. What that means is yeah, I do got to go back to that screen. So let me swap screens again. And as I'm talking, I'm going to explain. So because Chrisean was served on May 3rd or 4th, She has so many days to respond to that. So although she was served on the football field, she got service because they filed the proof of service and they confirmed that she was served. She has to respond. If you don't respond in a certain amount of days, you can put in a request or a notice or a motion to enter a default judgment. I don't see that they have done that just yet. I don't know if they're in California, if there is a set amount of time or a time limit or deadline that you have to file that entry of default judgment. I need to search that up. But I am assuming between this date on 6/28/2024 till September 10th, they need to go ahead and make sure that they file a notice or a motion to enter a default judgment since she did not respond. Now, does she have time to respond? Yes, she does. She really does. She can respond so many days before the actual hearing. Now, will the other party potentially fight that or oppose that? Yes, they will, because they're standing on the grounds that you did not file your answer in a timely manner. So this is, yeah, Chrisean just needs to make sure that she gets her stuff together. It's wild in these streets, and as you can see with my earlier video on Blueface, like these judgments is not going to it's not going to do you any justice, especially if you are making income and your judgment is higher than what you are bringing in. It's not going to work. So she needs to get her stuff together. All right. So now I'm going to move on to the next civil matter. And I am putting this in right here. CV. I like doing stuff in real time so y'all can see that none of this is altered. Okay. This case is, I believe, the hairstylist. Miss Irby LaShayla or LaShayla Irby. I don't know which part is her real name or first name. So let's see. They actually have a case management conference hearing set for July 31st, 2024 at 9 a.m. The last thing that I can see, well, I don't care about, any of the other defendants except for Chrisean. So I am just going to show you guys what I have seen. And I cannot stress enough the importance of, if you are ever involved in a lawsuit, that you make sure that you respond, because having to fight a default judgment is not going to go well. And and a lot of people don't realize, anytime a judgment is entered, you have so many days to appeal that. After that time frame, you can, there's nothing that you can do about it. All right, so here is the proof of summons. So Chrisean, so this case was filed, I'm trying to figure out when it was filed. It doesn't show, but that's okay. I believe her case was in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, when Irby filed this. But here is just, it's a proof of summons. So this is the process server or the constable, sheriff, whoever served Chrisean, is strictly saying, hey, I served Chrisean on this date, and these are the documents that I served her. So here, as you can see on number 3, it does say Chrisean Rock. It shows the location where they served her at, and it shows that she was served on February 14th, 2024 at 3:31 p.m. Now, your girl has not responded to this lawsuit. And because she did not respond, they went ahead and submitted a default judgment, well, an entry or request for entry on a default judgment against Chrisean. And here you go here. So yes, there are several defendants that are on this complaint, but let's say there's four of them, right? Two of them respond in enough time, but two of them did not. You can request for an entry of default judgment on the two that did not respond. That's how that works. So the case is going to go in like different directions, but the end result is settlement. So we know that, okay, so this is where it was. Okay, so the complaint was filed on October 23rd, 2023. We know that Chrisean was served on February 14th, 2024. The time has passed, and now they are requesting for a default judgment to be entered. And they did this on, let's see, default entered as requested on March 25th, 2000 and what is that, 24. So right now, I'm not sure what they are waiting on in order to, well, I do. I lied because it just showed it on the, let me just replace that. It did show it on the court docket. So here was the last entry. She was served. What was that? Well, they filed the entry for default judgment on March 25th. The next hearing is set for 7/31. So we are going to see, because if they go ahead and grant that, then they can go ahead and proceed with the default judgment. And we look at, well, no, because Blueface really didn't do a default judgment. Or did he? No, I don't think he did. But either way, it doesn't matter. A default judgment is a default judgment. Uh a judgment is a judgment, rather. So yeah, she failed to respond. Chrisean really needs a legal team to handle these matters. Usually, if you are a celebrity or you have a business, you are supposed to have a registered agent, or at least someone that can handle, in the event you get sued, somebody you can deliver the legal paperwork to, so that way they can go ahead and take care of it. This is what happens when you don't have that, and it is sad. So with the hairstylist case, she is moving towards a default judgment because Chrisean failed to answer. Then we have the next case, which was Rama. And on the 25th, they actually had a case management conference. And that's another one where people was like, oh my God, Chrisean is not going to be there. She's going to go to jail. This is a civil case. She's not going to go to jail. Okay. If she doesn't respond, then the plaintiff can get, they can move towards a default judgment. So at this conference, let's see. So the statement was submitted by Miss Rama. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm not even going to try. The complaint was filed February 26th. Now, this one says service. B, the following parties named in the complaint or cross complaint has not been served or have not been served. So Chrisean has not been served. Zeus Network hasn't been served. So this is what the case management conference was about. So the judge wanted a status to see what is going on. According to the minutes of that particular conference, let's see. And look at this, y'all. This, I hope everybody sees this. So everybody can say, oh, okay, defendants, no appearances. For plaintiffs, Richard Pergel by, okay, and so that's the attorneys. The defendants nor the plaintiff has to be present. They don't have to be present. All right, but this is just another case. Now, for this particular case, Chrisean has not been served. So what they did, let's see, it says all matters are called for hearing. The court confers with counsel regarding the status of the case. Counsel for plaintiff represents the matter is out of service. Pursuant to the request of plaintiff, the case management conference scheduled for June 25th, and the order to show cause sanctions scheduled for 6/25 are continued to 9/24 at 8:30 a.m. So they continued this until September 24th. So this is giving them time to serve Chrisean and Zeus Network. That's all it is. Because at the end of the day, service is important. Now, whether they answer or not, that's not something that you can control. But what you can control is getting the other party served, because by law they have the right to know that they are being sued, and you have to allow them an opportunity to respond to the lawsuit. There's no other way around that. Now, in the event that having a process server or a constable or a sheriff go serve them, if that does not work out, then they can do what's called the substitutive service. And that's either by a citation by publication, where they can post it in a newspaper, or they can say, okay, I'm going to leave a copy on the door, or I can send it certified mail or regular mail, whatever the case may be. But at this point, they have to do their due diligence to serve both Chrisean and Zeus Network. So they have until September to ensure that they get that done. And that's simple. That's it. So that is just a rundown of Chrisean's civil cases only. Okay? So she has two cases where they are looking to enter a default judgment, and they have one case where they are still looking to serve her. Nothing more, nothing less. If you have questions, please put them in the comments regarding the civil case only, not the criminal, just the civil. If you have comments regarding anything other than the criminal side, but just the civil side, definitely put them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer each and every question. Nothing for the criminal matters, because there's no update. There's nothing going on. So that's why I didn't update you guys on that. Just her civil matters. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Uh, until then, I hope you guys be blessed. Have an awesome night. Peace out.